Hello, welcome to our next video. This is 9.2, Arithmetic Sequences and Partial Sums. Okay, so let's just get started. So an arithmetic sequence, so remember a sequence is a list of numbers, basically. Okay, we defined it as a function from the integers into the real numbers, but let's just take it as a list of numbers, starting with A1, A2, A3, ... Okay? Now an arithmetic sequence, which is what we're going to talk about today, is a sequence that can be put in the form a sub n equals, we're going to call it an a sub 0 plus n times d. So one way that you can think about this, these is basically they're linear, they're lines. Okay, so let's start with some examples. So let's take, as a first example, let's take 10, 7, 4, 1, -2, ... Okay, so what this means, in essence, is that the difference between any two that are consecutive terms will always be the same, okay? So the difference, a sub n plus 1 minus a sub n, between any two consecutive terms is constant. Okay, so here, a sub 1 minus, I'm sorry, a sub 2 minus a sub 1 is 3, -3. You go down another 3, you go down another 3, you go down another 3. So here, the d is -3. Okay, d here is the difference between any two terms. Okay, so yes. Okay. Also, it's asking us for a sub 1 for whatever reason. A sub 1 here equals 10. Okay. I know why. The reason is because they're going to want to tell you, they're going to show you how to get there, and or how to write it. So the way that we can actually write out what the formula is. The formula is going to be, okay, we're going to start out with a sub 1, because when I write this a sub 0, we actually don't know. There's no a sub 0 really, okay? So the formula is going to be a sub 1, sorry, the formula for a sub n is going to be a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1, okay? So we could plug that in and we would see, let's for example take the third term. Okay, the third term is 4. So a sub 3 equals 10 plus, we've determined our d to be -3. We're looking at the third term. Okay, so that's 10 minus 3 times 2, 10 minus 6, That's 4. So that 4 matches with that 4. Okay? All right, let's take a look at another one. Let's look at 22. And 22, they give us a sub n equals 2n squared minus 3. Okay, so now we could play this game, okay, but it's not in the right form, right, because of the n squared. So if we look at this as like it's basically, arithmetic sequences are basically linear, you can see that this one's not going to be. But let's start taking and writing down a few. A sub 1 is going to be, or is, -1. A sub 2, if I plug 2 in for n, I'm going to get 2 times 4 is 8, minus 3 is 5. A sub 3, 2 times now 9 is 18, minus 3 is 15, right? Okay, so a sub 2 minus a sub 1 is 6. And a sub 3 minus a sub 2 is 10. So since these are not the same, the sequence is not arithmetic. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do a next set of things. Okay, let's do next set of things on this video. So we're gonna go ahead. Another type of problem that we are given is, for example, number 34. They give us the following information. They say the third term, which we should sort of think about as already being a sub 3, is 15. Okay, and the 21st term, which we should think about as a sub 21, is 87. Okay, if we assume that the sequence is arithmetic, okay, find the formula for the nth term. Okay, so now we assume a sub 3 is 21 or 15, a sub 21 is 87. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to say, you know what, how far apart are they? They are 18 apart, right? Basically, we're finding what you might know as the slope, right? So we're going to take our d is equal to a sub 21 minus a sub 3 over 21 minus 3. This should look very familiar for talking about lines. 87 minus 15 over 18. 87 minus 15 is 72 over 18. 72 over 18 is 4. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have that d is 4. Now, we need to have that a sub 1. We need to know what to start with. Now, I'm going to actually start with a little bit of a trick. I'm going to start with the form that I have up here. A sub 0 plus n times d. Okay, so I have a sub n equals a sub 0 plus n times d. And just like when we were talking about lines, right? When we were talking about lines, which we never did, unless you were in my college algebra class, but just like when you're talking about lines, it doesn't matter which point you take. So I'm going to take the one that looks easier to deal with. I'm going to take a sub 3 equaling 15. A sub 3 equals some a sub 0 plus 3 times 4. But a sub 3 we know equals 15. So doing a little bit of magic, a sub 0 has to equal 3. Now, just as a sanity check, I'm going to check for the other one. So now I have my formula. A sub n equals 3 plus n times d. And I'm going to check n equals 21. Let me make this a little smaller to do my check, and then I'll bring it back up. Okay, so n equals 21. We're going to check. We should, or we expect that we're going to get back our 87. Okay, so let's just check that and make sure that happens. A sub 21 equals 3 plus 21 times 4. 21 times 4 is 84, last I checked. For a second there, I thought it was 85, and I was like, this isn't going to work. But 3 plus 84 then equals our 87, which is what we were looking for. Okay? All right, I'll see you in the next video soon. Or you'll see me in the next video soon.